And since I lived in California, I will say that yes, they do work. They have a function. This one in particular is better at, I guess, not functionality, but like the ease of use. You know what I mean? This one in particular, like I said earlier, it's a plug-and-play system. You really don't have to do much to it for it to just go and work. Some other ones you have to like tweak them to fit your needs, fit where you live, etc. This I really didn't have to. I just put it on highway, and that was pretty much it. Once I started to learn more and to know what signals meant what, then I started to tweaking it, and you can tweak it to a certain extent, but not like what was it? The Valentine one. That's another good. It was either between this or the Valentine one. I did like that it had the arrows. That was pretty cool. But I also did like that this had the Bluetooth stuff with it. And then the other one, the Valentine one, you can also do a Bluetooth. But I'm getting off topic. But yeah, so there's a couple. Depending on what your price point is, like I know for sure this is way cheaper now. It's probably like less than $300. So, and I am not going to lie, there's other better options for that price point. Like there's some that are like 150 bucks. I know the Uniden, I don't know if it's the DFR 850 or something like that, or the LFR or some shit like that. There's other alternatives which are cheaper and actually give better range. Like I don't know the specs on this, like right off the bat. I'd have to look at it again. And there's like some charts online. There's like a forum where you can check all the specs on most of the detectors out there, and it'll give you an idea. And there's like a lot of information out there about radar detectors in general, which would help you out a lot. Like literally gives you a map of what states use what frequencies and all that stuff, which helped me out a lot. And I'm like knowing what, because when I went on a road trip to Texas, or Idaho, I'm sorry, we had to know what the fuck was where, and so I had to change some shit, and it helped out a lot. So check out the forums if you're gonna buy some or interested in buying some. It'll give you a lot more information than I do, for sure. Just literally Google radar detector forums or something, or geographical map, and it'll give you a lot of information that is really beneficial if you're trying to really have or get one of these radar detectors. And to say the least, I would say that yes, they're worth the money. I would say this radar detector paid itself off maybe easily. It paid itself off 6 times already. I've one little note that when I was going from, I remember a couple years ago, when I was going on New Year's Eve, I remember I was at my friend's house. I was going back home, like around 1:30ish a.m. There was a police officer just hitting, like in the off ramp when I was passing by, and his lights were off. I would have never known, but because he had his radar on, like I was creeping up and I was going like 75, and I was like, whoa, what the fuck? It alerted me with time. I was like, oh shit, and I dropped to 65, and I passed the cop, and then minutes later, I see the cop passing me by, and he was going like in the 70 something, and I was like in the same cop, because the radar still kept the signal, and as closer as you get to the cop, the stronger the signal is going to be, obviously. And my personal experience with radar detectors has been good. I've actually used it to argue with cops that try to tell me that I was speeding. A couple of weeks ago, I argued with the cop on Valentine's Day, asking him if he actually used radar or laser, and he was like no. So I was just trying to use what I went to school for and so on. But because I was able to tell him like, yo, I have a radar detector, like what's up, he kind of like was like, oh shit, I don't really need a radar or blah blah blah, but he didn't give me a ticket regardless. So that's K-band. So little insight. Here in Arizona, the main ones that they use is K-band and KA-band. Now, usually KA-band is like a police officer for sure out here. Like for sure. sure, for sure, that's a cop. And especially where I live, in my area, like the police officer over here is a small little town called Maricopa. Sorry, like I was saying, the police officers here in my area, they use their radar a lot. Like, I shit you not, like a lot. And that might be them, I don't know. I like to mute it because I'm not really speeding that much. So if we're lucky, you'll get to see how a radar detector works. You'll be like, oh shit, that was a cop. And that's actually funny when I give people rides and they're like, what the fuck, I told you? I'm like, yes, that's what it's meant to do. That's what I thought it. But yes, they do work. They're really helpful, like especially mine. It tells you how fast you're going. You can actually set like a warning that tells you how much, if you're speeding and whatnot. There's some other options. When I have it connected to Bluetooth, it uses my internet to tell me like the speed limit in my area and if I'm passing it and whatnot. Like, so this one has some versatility to it. I know, depending on what you're trying to use it for. For example, if you travel a lot, like I know this one's not the best. There's other ones that have like long ass range. Like you'll be able to detect the cop miles away. Like I won't, of course. I mean, I have to update it and shit and whatnot. But bottom line is, that's not. I didn't buy it for the ultimate range. I bought it for like the usability and whatnot. Now, depending on what you're trying to do with, if you're trying to be like in the city or on the highway. So that's something that I learned and something that I've actually used. So I don't know if you noticed, but I drive a lot on the highway. I really don't drive in the city. Now we're about to get to the city, and maybe we might get the radar to go off. Now I have it set in highway mode. I don't have it in city mode or anything like that. So it's a little bit more sensitive and it picks up radar a little bit more. Now the common misconception that a lot of people, and that I had at first when I first started using these, is that all police officers had their radar on and that I'm gonna detect every police officer no matter if the car is off or whatnot. That's a common misconception that even I had at some point when I first started. But as you get along, you start to like get to know how they work, kind of get the idea of like, oh, so not all officers use their radar, not all officers use their laser, not all of them. Some use the speeder of the car and their vehicle or blah blah blah, some complicated shit. But bottom line is, yes, they are useful. They have their place. Now, if you have the money, the more money, of course, you spend on a radar detector, you know, at the end of the day, that's what's gonna play off. Like, there's some that are like $2,000 or $1,000. There was a radar detector that's also laser jammer, which here in Arizona it's legal. California, that's illegal. I could buy that here, but that's a lot of money that I'm not trying to waste on just something that I could just buy. And honestly, I'm gonna buy another one. I'm gonna sell this one to one of my friends. I'm gonna sell them for like 150 bucks. And I'm gonna use that 150 bucks and I'm gonna buy another one that's like close to the 400s, which has better range. You know, it's newer, of course, so that's why I'm like pretty sure it's time to upgrade. But if this helps you out, yeah, I would say that if you travel a lot, the radar detector for sure. I mean, scratch that. If you speed, I guess, if you're afraid of like getting tickets, or if you get tickets a lot, I would recommend getting one because they do save now. You also have to be careful. Like, the common misconception is that you're gonna get every police officer. That's not true. Don't believe that. Like, oh shit, I thought it was a cop right now. I was trying to say it. Like, oh look, right now it's not working. But anyways, I will recommend one to get one. They're not that expensive for the money. You can get some cheap ones that are fucking good, like the Uniden. I didn't think Uniden as a radar detector company, honestly, until I started watching reviews and stuff like that, and they're actually pretty good for what you pay for. They actually give you better range than this one, and this one was fucking expensive, and this company specializes in radar detectors, so that's I'm like, oh. Now the one I've been looking at is from Uniden, and they're around the 400 bucks, so you pay to play, you know what I'm saying? Like, and of course you don't have to spend too much money to get something decent. Now, I would stay away from like Walmart. Don't buy them from there. They will work, but they're gonna be shitty as fuck. Like, sorry to tell you, but that's true. So stay away from Walmart. Buy something that's like good enough, like entry level, I guess you could say. Do your research if you really want one. Like, honestly, it's worth it at the end of the day. It's worth the money. It's gonna save you. Pick the one that you think it's gonna suit you. Like, if you want one that has like red light cameras, like this one has warnings for red light cameras. It has warnings for like checkpoints where usually it's been recorded where officers just sit and wait there and tag you with their laser and shit like that. Like, depending on what you want and how much you're trying to spend, like, look into that, because that's something that I learned that it's gonna benefit you at the end, and it's gonna give you a better experience, honestly, because as you saw earlier in the video, I muted this shit, and some radar detectors come with like filters and shit like that, which filter out the noises. So like, for example, I know for sure there's some new cars that have that. They're I don't know if you noticed, but some cars, they have the little lane, or if a car is getting too close, or if you're too close to a car, your mirror assist or some shit like that, and it tells you if a car's too close. That little light, what I've seen or what I've heard other people that dedicate themselves to radar detectors and shit like that, those like channels, they have said, and they have showed how those mirrors in some cars, not all models, they deflect K-band, and then your radar detector picks that up, and you get scared. And so that's another thing to consider. There's a lot of factors, but honestly, it's simple if you do your math on it. If you want something simple, plug and play, there's something like this. Go check the forums. They even have even a simpler list to tell you what detector is good at what, you know what I mean? Shit, I need to make a left because I want to go get food. I'm off of work and I'm tired, but I wanted to say this because one of my friends has asked me, he wanted to buy my radar because he was going to Sedona, which is about like 2-hour drive, and he was scared. He's like, fuck, man, like, he knows he speeds, and he wanted to use it. I let him borrow it, and he's like, fuck, bro, like, that helped me a lot. But yeah, do your homework. If you're really interested in getting one, pick one up. They're really helpful. I need to park there. Yeah, they're really helpful. They're worth the money. And look into your budget. See how much you're trying to spend. Save up if you need to. Like I said, some start like 125 bucks, I believe. And not a shitty one. Don't go to Walmart. I'm telling you this now. One of my friends, Stan, he went to go buy one at Walmart, and he got pissed at it, and he took it off, and then a week later he got a ticket for speeding. If he would have had a good radar detector, he could have been like, he could have prevented that. So I'm gonna leave it at that. You guys have a great day. Look into it, you know. So see you guys.